Hey, what's up guys, Hades here. Today is going to be an epic skill tier list, and it's going to be on the main march in the main game, not in the side games, not an open arena, not an IB or IB League. This is your main march that you use to fight on Norheim and KVK. The values, S tier, best in slot. This is something that's pretty much required to be in a main march. A is high value. Really good marches that are skills that go into almost anything. B is something that is solid in some cases and maybe useless in others, but kind of has that middle ground. C is something that just is underpowered, doesn't quite have enough, and you probably shouldn't use it. And D is don't touch with a 10-foot pole. They suck. Don't use it. First one, we start with a strong one, Toxic Barrier. This is in almost every main march. It's defensive, it's offensive, it does everything. Corrosive power. I'm gonna put this in D tier. No, sorry, B tier. It's very good on a select few heroes. It's obviously good on Syndiok, as a lot of people have seen use recently, but besides her, it just doesn't have many spots to go. So it's very strong. It'd be S tier, best in slot on Syndiok. On almost everyone else, it kind of sucks, so take it as you will. I put these together because these two skills are her two best, but they're pretty much just for her. Unyielding has a few more uses, but not a lot. It has to be on a physical user. There could be some uses on Alex or Manko, but it's definitely not their best in slot. Guard is a very good skill, and I value it quite highly. I like Guard. It's great for tanking. You can use it on a support in the back to defend two attackers, or a tank to side assist. It's very good. Victorious Pursuit is pretty much a Manko only skill, but a lot of people use it on him. A lot of people have used it in a lot of main marches. I have to give it a little respect. Void Realm, very hard to find value on it. It either goes on a support or Manko, and pretty much no march is using it right now on Manko. Jade Barrier. We are in a low-key meta and Earth Himiko meta. It is quite good into these kind of heroes, especially if they have Spell Disintegrator, which makes it proc more. This could very easily be a B tier, and it is a Triss skill, so it's hard to obtain, but it is quite good. We're just going to ignore all these protections because they're all D tier, and I'll add them at the end. Paralysis, our first aura. I don't like it. I think it's bad. Lowering attack speed hardly matters. I know a lot of people have been putting it in some marches recently, but of all the auras, it's not good. It just doesn't fit well. No Escape, one of the best skills in the game. Spell Disintegrator, one of the best mage skills in the game. Oak Guard, very solid skill, one of the best free-to-play skills. I'm gonna give it high value. It's not quite a tier. It's not quite a Triss skill level. It's somewhere in the middle. It's kind of lost value recently. It's hard to find in the main march. If you're free to play, it would definitely go up a tier, but this is not a free to play list. This is all epic skills. Weakness Protection, pretty much no one uses it. I don't like it. Energy Burst is very bad. I don't like it. Malice, very high value. It's not quite the best. It used to be one of the best. It's one of the best in IB League, but this is not IB League. Snipe, solid, overrated, almost never makes it into a mage march. Same with Thorn. It looks good, it feels good, but man, it just never makes it into the main march. I don't like Smite. I don't like the way it operates. It's too low chance to be good, and I'm going to put it low because it's also expensive. Energy Shield, one of the best skills in the game. Berserker, very niche. Very niche. It can go on Alex and Manko. It's been on quite a few top tier teams, but it's just so niche. And even then, it's debatable how good it is. It could easily be A tier, maybe bottom of A tier. It almost never makes it into March, and it's good, but it doesn't have many uses, so it's weird. It's somewhere in the middle. Let's move this list just a little up so I don't have to keep scrolling. Overpower, I don't like it. No one uses it. It's pretty bad. Spear and Pale, it's somewhere in the middle. Ambush, no one uses it. It's expensive. It just doesn't really fit. I've tried it a few times in testing. It's decent, but for the prices, it's not that good. Siren Gaze, somewhere in the middle. It could definitely be a C tier. Almost no one uses it. Same, I'm going to put Resist next to Oak. These are very similar. Depends if it's physical or magical. Storm Strike, I've seen this in a few hybrid teams. It's a Triss skill. It does pretty good. It's under-tested. So this is a skill that could easily be B tier. It's hard to find value in it. It could even be C tier, but I'm going to put it here because I know a few good builders who have it in their hybrid teams, and I'm going to trust that it's good for them. Purification, one of the best skills, especially into Con, and if you don't have Athena, it is very high value. It's been high value for a long time, but it's lost some value recently, and it could very well be an A tier skill. It might not actually be best in slot. I'm going to leave it A tier for now. Assist, definitely one of the best free-to-play skills in the game. I love Assist. It is very good. It doesn't always make its way into the best teams, but if you have it, I would use it. Memory Defense, terrible. Executioner is decent, but it doesn't have a lot of uses, which makes it hard to place. It's good on a few things. I'm going to put it high value because it is very good on Poseidon, and it has shown pretty good results on Manko, but it's up for debate. It's still not tested very well. Berserker is high value. I'm going to have to add another A tier probably, but it's fine. Shelter, very solid, but not amazing. Let's land somewhere in the middle. Energy Suppression combined with No Escape almost always makes its way into the main March, which makes it one of the best in slot. Coercion, accuracy is now in Gems and Dragon and Talents. You don't really need it. It's kind of bad. Battle Stance has a ton of value in the top marches right now. It could even be one of the best in slot. Almost everyone's using it on Manko. If you have enough defense and you can wait the 20 seconds, it's really, really good. I don't like Phantom Agility. It's kind of stinky. Cleave, very good skill on select few heroes. But it's pretty much only good on Alex. It just doesn't quite make it up. If you're an Earth user, you know it's going to go here. But for the majority of people, it's probably somewhere in the middle. Lifelink is probably in C or B or A, really. It has a ton of value in a lot of situations. If you're using a healing team, you might want to consider Lifelink. Also, Lifelinks can balance the scales. If you're a weaker player playing into a higher player, it easily could be somewhere in the middle of these two. I'm going to place it in B for now. Storm Eye, solid, not amazing. Death Breath, best in slot for vast majority of players. It's good on almost everything. It almost always fits into a main March, unless you're a Mega Whale. Wine and Dine, I think a lot of people like it. If you have a healing team, it's great. I personally don't like it that much and would probably prefer it to be more in B tier, but it is solid. Spring of Life is one of the best in slot auras. Annihilation is one of the best in slot mage items. Blade Vortex with Loki is broken and is best in slot in many cases. Desire, good with con teams, has lots of value. Lost Dimension, I personally don't like it. It could be B tier, but this is my tier list. Misleading, again, accuracy is too easy to get. It's just not good. Heavy Lifter has made its way into many top teams. I would say it's very high value. Fear Domination is pretty bad. I don't think you should be using it or buying it. Fighting Will has been in most main marches for a very long time. It's one of the best free-to-plays. I would use it. Armageddon has found its way onto many low keys. I personally don't agree with it, but to each their own. I think it's too slow, but it could easily be best in slot for some people in their opinion if they're using full Holy Loki, but we're not just talking about Holy Loki. Full coverage. Implosion. I don't like Implosion. Very specific. Can only be used on 1 or 2 heroes. Kind of bad. Weakness Protection. I have that one twice. Let's delete it. Weakening Curse. Definitely one of the best skills in the game. Almost always goes on the tank. Demonic goes on Manko or Loki. It is very good. Vitality is one of the best healing in the game. Wind Rage is highly valued by many, but actually it's not as good as you think. Many people end up dropping it and only using it for things like bosses or cheesy strategies to double proc things. It's somewhere in the B or A tier. I'm going to give it A tier just because I know a lot of people like it. Full coverage, I'm going to go somewhere in the middle. It's really only good on high energy teams like Hippolyta and a few heroes like that. Maybe it could be decent on Syndiok, but otherwise it's just not that good. And of course the protections are terrible. Don't even unlock them. They're not worth it. It's not worth your time. So here is my epic tier list. I try to keep it as quick as possible. If you want me to go into more detail on these or change the perspective of this into what are the best skills in a holy march or specific marches, let me know in the comments below so I can make better videos that cater to you guys better. Peace out.